Oi, oi. Yes, it's me, it's the Cockney Bird, and it's all about getting real. Had an absolute amazing session today. I got hypnotised. Oi, oi. If you haven't had that done, I highly recommend it. It's actually crazy. I was questioning it as I was actually going under whether it was real or not, or I was making it up. But I wasn't. So today I wanted to talk about getting those things done that we don't really want to do. It's still a part of the journey and it's still a part of you. Just because you don't want to do it don't mean you don't get it done. And you don't have to like it. You just get on with it and you make it something that your mind is telling you something different maybe. Like, I really don't like doing this. It gives me XYZ, whatever that may be. So we avoid it like bloody nothing other, right? You've been there before? I know I have. So please tune in. We're here in sunny Florida. I am a certified counsellor. And I absolutely love what I do, and I love putting these messages out there, and thank you to all those beautiful, loyal followers out there that follow me, and keep this thing going, because, you know, it's like anything else, right? If you've never got someone that's getting something out of it, then why am I doing it, right? And I'm very, very grateful to the people out there that do send me the comments and send me love and sometimes give advice and feedback, and it's all good. It's all love, and I absolutely love it. But this one's kind of come to mind because we got the old Grom star. Oi, oi, Grom star. Oi, oi. We got him coming over tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, Friday. Blimey, yeah. So the old Gromster's coming. Yeah, good big old hand. He's up there quite a bit, and we pick him up tomorrow evening. So I was trying to think whether I actually want to maybe knock out a quick live tomorrow or something before we go. So I'm not really sure. So anybody that's got any ideas whether they want that to happen or not, you know, let me know. I'm not saying it will happen because I don't know what I'm going to get into, because my wife's got me running around and doing and fixing and it's terrible, because it's bloody those things, right, that again, like what I'm going to talk about. It's based around those things that we like let go, because I'm like, oh, I don't really want to get into that. And I'm not very, what should I say? I'm not very construction minded. I'm that guy, like, literally. Here's a story for you. Yeah. I can't remember when it actually happened, but there's this shelving in the closet. And anybody that don't know, the shelving over here, it's these like metal rack things, and there's these bars that support it upwards at like an angle, at like a 45-degree angle or so. And then you got to put it into the wall. Well, the walls are made of bloody, literally like plaster, right? And you got to anchor them off right and all that. Well, I bought all the anchors. I got it all bleeding sweet as an art, because this bleeding thing came down, didn't it? Came out the wall. I can't remember how I got told, but I remember my wife saying, oh, the shelving come down, go and have a look. And I walked in there and I thought, holy shit, what happened? Because it looked like a disaster. There was holes in the wall and the whole thing had pulled out, and there's clothes. You know, my wife's got the frickin' boutique of boutiques, right? She's got clothes from eras of I don't know when. Right, and it's one of those where she won't get rid of them, because now she's saying, oh, well, it's antique clothing, and, you know, it's going to be worth something, and all that. I'm like, oh, have a laugh. It's the reason why it's pulled my shelf down. And the reason why now I've got to fix it. So it laid around forever. It laid around forever. And what does it do, right? At first, you're like, oh my God, there's mess everywhere. Then this is getting into that thing of, doing the things that we don't really want to do. And I'm not just talking about these kind of things. I'm talking about things that help us as well that we avoid, like meditation and getting out for a walk and doing exercise and things like that. The things that we avoid doing because all of a sudden we're not feeling like we want to do it. But when you don't want to be doing it because you like doing it, you want to be doing it because you like what it gives you. Think of that, right? That's where you want to put your mind. You want to like what it gives you. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the actual thing that you're liking. David Goggins, who's an absolute beast of a guy as far as freaking doesn't give up, his mindset is crazy. If you don't know David Goggins, go and look him up. And he'll tell you he runs absolute miles. He says he gets up in the morning at like 5, I think he said 5:30, and he hits the road early morning. But he don't like running. He don't even like doing it. And what do you see when you see the shorts of David Goggins in a way? He's running and he's giving a message while he's running. And this guy, if you look at his history, God blimey, he's nuts. But he does what he doesn't like to do. I'll get back to the shelf story in a minute. I think I am. But he's doing what he doesn't like to do because he doesn't want to go back there where his mindset was before. But we give up on ourselves, don't we? We push aside the things, even the meditation. I remember at one point when I took a bit of a dive, not so long ago, by the way, in a matter of weeks ago, to where I took a bit of a dive and all of a sudden I realised I hadn't meditated in like a week, maybe 5 days. That is insane for me. Since I started this journey, I've never gone there. I don't believe I have gone that long without meditating. And I use an app, Insight Timer. Go and check it out. Great app, meditation app. It's the only one I use. I might pull some things from other places and that, but that's my app. But he does not like running, but he's an absolute beast out there running. I mean, it's a matter of doing the things that you don't want to do. Right? Mike Tyson said, do the things you don't want to do well. So look at the things that you don't really want to do and then look at that, doing it well. Instead of like giving it the old half-arse thing, right? Because how many times do we do that? That's another podcast on its own. How we half-arse something. Oh, it's all right, that'll do, right? No, what are you doing to yourself? You're freaking putting yourself in like a second best. Like that's all right. No, you freaking letting your integrity down. You're letting what your belief is down. Your standard. But that's a whole new podcast. I might do it as a vlog. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, getting back to the old, the old shelving unit, right? So when it all happened and it come down, it looked like a bloody disaster. Good God, it looked like a freaking SWAT team had gone through and just freaking smashed everything to shit. I was like, oh God, it was like, oh no. But you know what? Didn't do it for, I don't know how long. My wife will know. I didn't do it for so long because there was something intimidating about it. Because I know I'm not particularly clever with that kind of thing anyway. And I'm going to tell you in a minute. So this one day I got a bee in my bonnet and I thought, right, I'm going to start on that bloody well, get the putty, all that shit, do the whole filler, all that, right? Got the old textured can spray thing, textured it down, sweet as a nut, right? Wall looks all right. Now I've got to let it dry out and all that and start putting the shelf back up. Well, you got to put these rods in, these 45-degree angle rod things up there as well. And on each end, you've got like these, I don't know what you'd freaking call them, actually, anchors, I guess. They're like anchors at the end that actually hold the ends of the shelf. And then on the back, there's like these, they're like U-bend kind of things that you bang into the wall, and it holds the back end of the shelf. So you've got a 45-degree angle bar that comes up and holds the kind of the front bit. It's got like these little jaw things, which little did I know, damn it, that they have to be put in a certain place. Yes, and like I said, yes, me, it's... right? I mean, it's not exactly... I don't exactly kind of think that way, you know? When my wife says, hey, can you put the shelf up? You know, you get the old... you know what I mean? Like, what? I need what screws? Right? So anyway, I'm like, right, I'm on it. So I've got these really good anchors. They're the only ones I'd really use, these metal ones. They're really good. And they're made of aluminium, right? And they screw straight into the wall. They go in flat. And, you know, you bang a screw in through there and it anchors right out. So I thought, right, I'll get them, I'll squeeze up. So anyway, what did I know? I get like a bunch of these, right, I thought I'm going to bang a bunch more on there because I need something freaking solid up there, boy. Yeah, right, I need something up there that's going to hold all this vintage clothing. Right? I need something that's going to hold all this, you know. It's important. It's important. So I'm just thinking about the bloody the whole situation's crazy. So anyway, I start putting all these extra rods. I'm thinking, yeah, that's going to be solid. And then I look at the 45-degree angle rods, and I'm like, it's not quite looking right. I don't know what's going again. Right, got a bit of that going on. Because as I looked over onto the other side of like the shelving, which, you know, would have probably been a better choice and a good idea to have a look at that first and see how that works. I noticed that the rods that hold the front of the shelf, I kind of had in the wrong position. I put them in the position where I thought I'd like them to be, but it don't work like that. Oh shit. So, cut long story short, my wife's like, oh, the old Gromster's coming over. By the way, looking forward to the old Gromster coming over. And, you know, this is another part of that that piece of doing the things that, you know, you don't want to do, but you get there to do it. And that fella there, I'll put his YouTube site, channel, in the description, because that fella there has gone from not being able to hardly get outside his bloody door to flying 4,000 miles over here and staying with me first over here, my family. And we're all looking forward to it, my two girls and me missus. We've taken time off, and we got some things lined up, but we're going to grab him from the airport tomorrow. And it's unbelievable because it takes courage to be able to do that. And it's the first time, I believe, of him like flying on his own as well. I mean, I've done it a few times, going backwards and forwards to England. But I remember that first time, all on me jack and being like, uh-oh, right? There's no one sitting there. What do I do? What do I talk to? You know, how do I do it? And the movies and all that were completely bloody different when I started flying back here, because they didn't have the bloody TVs in the back of the headrest, I don't believe. I think it was the old pull downs up the middle. You remember them? The old pull downs up in the middle of the plane, and everybody had to look at it like on the movie Airplane, I believe. You know, we all watch the same thing, la-di-da, and if you don't like it, you're like, what do I do now? But it was all that. So, you know, banging at this fella is actually doing what he's doing. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of people that do this, because again, it's facing those things that, you know, we're fearing to be able to see and get past it, right? And doing the things that we don't like to do. Getting back to the shelving, cut a long story short, she's, you know, my missus is like, right, I've got to get all the clothes because it's everywhere, right? And the sad thing is you get used to it. You actually get used to the landscape. it becomes the new landscape. So whatever's laying around and all that, if you leave it there long enough, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah. And you get the old attitude again, like I said, why do we do it? But down in your standards and going, oh, it's all right, right? And we bleed and walk around it, and oh my God, right? And my wife's got OCD as well, so for her to be, this must have been driving her nuts. But again, she just got used to it. It's like there. Oh yeah, it's part of, it's like a chair being there, right? But there was shit everywhere. So my wife, Grom's coming over, right? So she's like, right, I've got to get all the clothing back on the rack and da-da-da. I'm like, all right. And she says, I just got off session with somebody, a guy that I help. And I walk upstairs, and as I walk upstairs to go in to tell me missus, because she works in the other room when I'm working in here, to tell her like, yeah, all right, we're sweet, and she turns around and says, got a bare nose, and I'm thinking, I really don't need. It's like, oh no, because it's like, it's hard enough sometimes to stay afloat, right? You get those days, right? And not that I was there by any means, because I had a banging session, just got off. I had a great session today myself, and heavy, very, very heavy session I had today myself. It was bloody heavy. Realizations and all that shit that hit, and you're like, oh, hang on a minute, oh, right hand, oh, I took one in the ribs, one of them. But where was I? I forgot where my train of thought was. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I want to get back on track because I'm freaking drifting again, and yeah, Steve, you're being naughty, matey. You ramble. I know. So getting back to the Grom coming, we're really looking forward to him coming. What he's done has been absolutely freaking banging, So we're ready to go now. I'm off tomorrow. Got my chiropractor and that in the morning. Sure, there's going to be more things to do around the house and that. And then I'm debating whether I'm going to knock out maybe go on a live or something. I don't know yet. I may not. I don't know. And then we're off to the airport. So this will be a little bit of a documentation for the old Grom stuff, a part of his portfolio or whatever he's going to build up. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of sound and a lot of pictures and a lot of a lot of good shit, because it's good to be able to document it in all different ways. It's awesome. So anyway, the shelf. So my wife turns around, yeah, and I got something. I'm like, oh no. She's got, I can't. Bloody hell, right? No more, please. And she goes, the shelf, and I'm like, oh no, not the, oh no. And she's like, I was talking to Trin, who's my oldest daughter, right? And I leaned on the shelf, and it kind of come out a bit. What? What did you say? And I just remember leaning on the wall, holding my head, just thinking, oh no, I've got to start all over the bloody again. Right? I've got to start all over again. Oh no. So anyway, guys, it's down to me, right? It's really, you think about it, if it had been on this weeks ago, if I'd have got on this weeks ago, he wouldn't be in this predicament, right? It went with the bloody waste disposal ad and decided he wanted to have a bleeding breakdown and all. God knows, I took that thing off. I can't figure it out. It was all jammed up. It was getting juice, but something was jammed in there, and I'd be damned if I could see it. So get those things done, guys. Do the things that you don't really want to do. And remember, that goes down for your tools as well, because your tools are more important. Get that done first. Get into those meditation routines and breath works. It's going to help you out. Remember, do the things that you don't really want to do because you want to have the outcome of it, yeah? The outcome far outweighs the actual thing that you're doing. So get on it. Don't let things slip. I wouldn't have a bloody problem right now rushing around, would I? If I'd have paid that bit of attention and stayed on that shelf a few weeks ago. So thank you out there. Go and give me a lovely subscribe if you would. It just shows me a lot of love and shows a lot of people have a love and all, because it goes in front of them as well, the message. You're helping me reach others. Thanks a lot, guys. Loving each and every one of you. Stay the course. Namaste.